Drake been real quiet since his preference. Me showing my coworkers my new ringtone I bought in 2003. Does Yeet finally have competition? Is he the next step out of Atlanta?
No.
It sounds like a 15-year-old voice box in a Christmas toy.
Oh my goodness.
Good evening, and thank you all for tuning in to Chicagoland Race 8 of 12 Post-Race Edition. We got a good one here for you tonight. I've got a couple things to go over, some things I want to talk about. So thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. So race started off by Kyle Watts taking pole by about 0.2 of a second, I believe it was. Outstanding pole. Already lap one, we have this incident. We're just not gonna worry about this too much, but this was just a coming together here with the 42, and I believe it was Blake. Yeah, just got a little bit loose there, spun out. That took out a bunch of these guys. I know Alex wasn't really too happy with this. Couple little late hit there by DJ, but no harm, no foul. I will say we are all here to have fun, and we need more fun moments, like funny moments like we had in BC. With the funny music playing like that, that's just, just there's something about listening to music with the quality being at like completely zero that's just absolutely hilarious, and I don't know why, but that was really cool to see. Package tonight actually was really good. I really enjoyed driving the car personally. You could really rip the top line in it. It would gain you a ton of speed. This will be our second incident of the night here. Jelani Howell and Jeff Dixon are going to come together here on the front stretch. That's going to send a few cars spinning. No real damage for most of these guys here. Liam spins, Gino spins. It's just going to be a couple of useless cautions there that we didn't necessarily need, but just beginning of the race, drivers are still trying to feel their car, feel out how it drives, so I get it. It happens. So we move on. But yeah, no, the racing was super solid. We had a bunch of good pack racing here. It was as pack racing as you could get. That with the track not being a super speedway. I thought at least. So to see this kind of racing is really nice. It's really good. It's going to cause a lot of wrecks. It's bound to. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of two and 3 wide action all over the place. So there really was not a dull moment in the race. This is an interesting one. We're on lap 11 here. This is going to be Nicholas Budimlik and Connor Brannon. He's already been involved in 2 crashes, and he's about to get involved in his 3rd one right here. We're going to see what happens here. Off of turn 2 onto the backstretch, Nicky and Brennan, they just come together. Just unfortunate there. It was just the slightest of touches, and Brandon is trying to save it. Nicky, it's actually both really good save up until that point, and this is just terribly unfortunate for Brandon. I mean, Liam with nowhere to go, he drives straight into this wreck. Liam said afterwards he thought that it was kind of his fault because he should have let off, but I disagree. I don't believe that Liam could have really done anything with this. It's just a really unfortunate scenario there. But other than this being a really weird wreck, I mean, look at how high Liam goes. This has got to be record air time for an IFAR driver in an actual race. I mean, and he's sliding on his roof too. That's a terrible way to end Liam's race. Ends in tragedy. But yeah, super unfortunate for Liam. He's going to be out of the race, and so to the 42 car, who is just, I mean, what more can you say? That's never good sign. Now, in lap 24, we're going to get another backstretch incident, very similar to the Nicky and Connor incident, very similar to the 42. This is just going to be Gino, and he's going to get hit there by Carl Childress. Gino's had such a rough day up until this point, just getting thrown around with wrecks, and it's not going to get any easier for him. This is just D-Dog coming up, Gino coming off the wall, and they just make slight contact. And you hate to see that. Just sends him in front of the pack. It's unfortunate, but that sent Gino to the back, and he's going to have to make his way up again. Lap 36 now. We're going to see the 22 is getting very tight in the back end, getting loose now, and he is not going to be able to hang onto this car. He's going to self-spin right in front of the pack. He's going to collect Blake, but Blake stays straight. He doesn't spin. Just a simple self-spin from the 22, and he's going to have to watch out because he's still on a little bit of a probationary period here with him just getting his license, so this very well could be a suspension coming up here for the 22. We'll have to watch out to see how DeJohnny's season shapes up to this point, but being very aggressive for the first couple races. Restart on lap 39. Now here we're going to see Aiden LaCase get a little bit loose, get into Ruby Estes. One car's going to go around, hit the wall, and boy, we're going to have some close hits here, but the 68 just could not avoid the one. Just gets absolutely plowed. It's unfortunate there for the one, but we had a couple really close calls here, like the 71. Wow, hold your brakes. This is very close. Garson almost had nowhere to go, locking up, and somehow avoids it. So is the 91 here. A little bit of Tokyo Drift style, keeping it off the one and getting down on the apron. What a nice save by everybody there. Could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't, so it's good to see. Focusing up here at the front now, the 87 of Dagenhart is taking the lead, and Kyle Watts has fallen back quite a bit, so he's going to have to try to find his way up through the field. It'll be Natani, Jeff, and Stinson are going to be your top three at the moment as the caution comes out once again. This is going to be a little bit naughty from the 22 here. This is going to be a big slide job gone wrong. He's going to hit Nicky, and Nicky's going to go in the wall. He's going to get a little bit of right side damage here. That's going to affect him and the rest of his race. That's going to give him big aero damage, and it's going to really hurt the performance on that car. That damage will be on full effect here as Nicky's going to come up and slide into Aiden LaCase. It's going to put them both on the wall. Nicky's going to save it, but unfortunately the 22 and the 71 of Muyang are going to go around, and that's going to bring out a caution in the latter stages of this race. So that definitely spices things up. This will be our final pit stop of the night. Kyle Watts is going to beat them all out of pit road, leading Dane Stinson from Natani Dagenhart and Jeff Dixon. And Gonzalez Green is going to round up your top five. But this will be the order for the restart, the final restart, and they're going to be able to go green to the end here. Unfortunately, now starts the demise of Chicagoland Motorsports, as on lap 73 here, we're going to see Cole Rodriguez and Nico Servideo are going to get into it here, and Cole Rodriguez is going to bumper grab off the 4, and this is going to effectively end Cole's day. Super unfortunate here. So we just see Nico's just going to get into the wall a little bit here, and just nothing Cole could do. Tried to pass him, and unfortunately bumper grab. That's going to be Cole's race done. Now we're at the point of no return and going into turn 3 and 4. DJ Curtis is going to spin out and hit the wall of turn 4. This is going to be super unlucky for him as he was having such a good run going. It was going to be a 7th place finish, it looked like. And from 7th place, he is going to crash and be out of this race. And the two Sejadan teammates of Gino Bononi and Blake Kinkinnon are also going to have super bad luck in this. Tried to avoid it, but they are going to both get wrecked here. They're going to be able to continue in the race, but just nowhere that they're able to go here. In the last couple of laps, Chicagoland Motorsports is going to go from having a pretty good, decent finish to all the way at the back, so super unfortunate for them. We're now in the final lap of the race. It's going to be Kyle Watts leading Natani Dagenhart, Tyler Mallon in 3rd, and Natani has been running Kyle down but has not been able to get around him. He's going to look high and look low here, and it's just not much that Natani's going to be able to do. And they're going to come off of turn 3 and 4 for the final time, and Kyle Watts is going to pick up his first career victory in IFAR here at Chicagoland. Super cool for him. It's really neat to see him win. He's a super good racer. He was ripping the high side like all day, and it was just really cool to see him get it done for the first time here. As Natani goes to congratulate him. It's a super hard fought battle, and I love this for Kyle, for him to get his first win here. It was a really good race. A bunch of clean racing in the top 10 in the last couple of laps there, so we appreciate that. And we're going to now take a look at our final order for the race. So in the end, it's going to be Kyle Watts getting his first ever career win. He's going to be P1 on the grid. Following him comes Natani Dagenhart. This is going to be Natani's 8th top 5 and 8th starts, which is absolutely insane. He is 8 for 8 right now for top 5, so Natani with a super solid 2nd place finish. That's another podium for Dagenhart. Coming in P number 3, rounding out the podium, is going to be Tyler Mallon. This is he's got 3rd in his first career start of the season, and 4th place is going to be Jeff Dixon. This is his best finish of the season. Top 5 rounded up by Alexander Gonzalez Green. Pretty decent top 5 for him, and Dane Stinson in P6. He was hoping for a little bit of a better finishing position there, so it's unfortunate for Stinson, but he'll just have to settle for a P6. P7 is going to be Jeremy Clements. 8th place is going to be Daniel Rodriguez. 9th, Aiden LaCase, and rounding out the top 10, Victor Delgado with his second top 10 of the season. Just outside the top 10 is going to be 11th place, Tala Aziz, followed by Garson Muyung, Nicholas Budumlik, the 22 of Dejani, who had a pretty eventful race along with Nicholas Budumlik. And P15 is going to be Cameron Jamison, followed by Kes Hilliard, Carl Childress, Nico Servideo, who spun with a couple laps to go, along with Blake Kincannon, Cole Rodriguez, and Gino Bononi, all the Shijidan teammates right there who had bad luck in the final stages of the race. DJ Curtis comes home in 22nd, heartbreaker for him, running 7th, spun out with a couple laps to go. And Jerry Cook is going to finish 23rd with internet issues. So unfortunate for Jerry. We'll hope that those internet issues get resolved later on. And Jelani Howell will lead 24th, Ruby Estes 25th, 26th will be Armstrong, followed by Tingley and Brandon, who both had a horrific wreck, flipping up into the catch fence, and they were out basically from the get-go. So unfortunate for them, they'll come back stronger next week. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. This is Cole signing out. I'll see you in the next one.